The boy was mocked, just because his magic awakening showed no elemental attribute at all. His own brothers laughed at him, even his father looked down on him. What they did not know was that a far greater power slept inside his body. That power was cursed energy. In truth, the boy was not from this world. In his previous life, he was the strongest onmyoji alive. With just a few talismans tossed casually, the ground erupted in massive explosions. Because the court feared his power, they used dirty tricks to have him killed. Left with no choice, he cast a reincarnation curse and escaped to another world. Before leaving, he swore one thing: next time, he would never fail. Thus, he was reborn into a world filled with magic. Since his body held no mana, he picked up fallen leaves as talisman paper. He wanted to see if he could still activate cursed energy. The result did not disappoint him. The leaves slowly floated up. With a flick of his hand, the spell activated successfully. Just then, his second brother's voice rang out. He asked what the boy was doing. When there was no reply, he kicked sand onto him. The boy told him to stop, but his brother ignored him and moved to hit him. At that moment, the crow he had summoned earlier suddenly turned back. Seeing his younger brother bullied, the eldest brother rushed over to intervene. In fact, all of this was the boy's doing. Since his shikigami were already deployed, gathering information would now be much easier. From then on, whenever he had time, he made paper and crafted it into talismans. But soon, Simone came to interrupt him. A maid had found his clothes, stuffed inside a flower pot. Without thinking, the boy knew it was his second brother's work. As soon as he said it, his brother showed up. He mocked the boy, saying having no mana was great. At least he did not need to attend Magic Academy. Right after that, their father arrived. It was the day he would test their magic abilities, though it had nothing to do with him. The boy still stayed to watch. The eldest brother began chanting. Green wind magic formed at once. With a loud bang, the stone shattered. Next was the second brother. His attribute was fire. The power was still weak, but it earned their father's praise. Since the boy was present, the second brother suggested he give it a try as well. The eldest brother tried to stop it, but the boy accepted calmly. This time, he chose not to hide anymore. Just a simple attack, yet, it stunned all three of them. There was no chanting, the flames were blue, and the power was overwhelming. The second brother thought it was leftover magic in the wand, but that was impossible. The father explained that such cases had appeared before. People with no mana, still using magic, and depending on its nature, the color of fire could change. At that point, the boy asked to study magic. His father rejected him outright. There had never been a case of a manaless person becoming a mage. Even if he learned, it would be pointless. However, starting this year, the boy would receive a private tutor. Just like his brothers, though rejected, he felt he still gained something. Before leaving, the second brother warned him not to get carried away. From then on, the boy studied with his tutor by day, and secretly learned magic through his shikigami whenever possible. All of this effort was seen by his father. Then, on the boy's 11th birthday, he finally completed a talisman to summon yokai. In his past life, he had subdued several demons and sealed them in other phases. Now, it was time to summon them. Still, he could not be sure what would happen. So for now, he chose a more obedient one.